What's up, everybody, and welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. Tonight, we're at the gym after work, and Carrie is filming behind the camera, so that way it's a different kind of look than me touching the camera doing the stuff I normally do. And we were talking about this IIFYM thing that's been going on, and a lot of people that are talking about it, and a lot of people that suggest it, and now the video that I had just put up recently about the binge eating. And you know, we had this discussion. Again, I apologize for not putting this stuff up earlier because I don't realize that people don't know this stuff. Okay, this is kind of second nature stuff to me, so I automatically figure that you guys know this stuff, and then all of a sudden I get these emails going, holy shit, I had no idea, I never thought about this, or oh my god, that's me, or whatever. So part of that whole trigger with the sugar that you're taking in on those binges is very much like a food addiction. Okay, so it's very much like heroin or cocaine or anything like that that your body gets used to and sees as a reward, that it wants more of it. So now not only are you giving it the sugar that it wanted to replenish the things that are depleted, it also wants that treat. Okay, that like, I'm a dog, oh, this is great, I'm a good boy, give me a treat. Shit like that, okay? So now what happens is, I'll take August's diet, for example. Now I'm not calling Matt out. What he does works for him really good. And he's probably really well at controlling himself. He eats that ice cream every night at the end of his diet. He fits that into his macros. Now, if you had to measure out that ice cream, you measured out like 6 ounces of ice cream, or let's say macro-wise, 10 ounces of sweet potato would come out to the same amount of calories or carbs, etc., and you had the sweet potato, you'd have a different reaction, insulin-secreting hormones, the way it works, as you would the sugar that's in the ice cream. Now, it is a proven fact, if you guys do the research. Dr. Pam Peek is a great one to look up because her research on this stuff is cutting edge, and as far as I know, she's the leader in the world of this stuff. Her husband comes to this gym, who's a very good friend of mine. So yeah, I'm not talking on my ass. This is an actual PhD doctor, best in the world at this, about food addictions, and that sugar that's in that ice cream that Matt has every day, that he can look forward to eating at the end of the day, that he can shut off after that. Okay, now the average person who's not like Matt will eat that ice cream, and when they get that blood sugar crash from that ice cream being in, they're going to be hungry. They're going to want more food. Okay, now if their macros and everything are all set for the day, you can't have any more. That's calories in, calories out. You fit it into your macros, you're done for the day. So now what do? You go to bed hungry, you get a blood sugar crash, you do whatever you do to get, you do whatever you have to do to get past it. But your brain will now see that ice cream as a reward. Okay, so now you take that ice cream out and you give it the sweet potato instead. Calorically, you have the same thing in your diet. Macro-wise, the same thing. And your body digests it better, and you get better results from the way the hormonal manipulation happens. But in your brain, that dopamine sensors don't go off with the dopamine and the serotonin letting you feel good because you don't have it. That's why the IIFYM is so big with the people that are using it, because you guys are actually getting a good feeling being able to eat those foods that your brain senses as a reward. And you guys will fight to the death and tell me how wrong I am about this works, this is so great, it's the next evolution of diet. That's because the average person who doesn't have the control like Matt can do it and still get away with it. However, out of all the 500,000 people that are doing this flexible diet and eating ice cream, you get Matt, Alberto Nunez, you get a couple of guys that look good. All the rest of them don't look like that. Okay? And all these people that are following these guys don't look like that. And there's a reason. Because they can't stop with 6 ounces of ice cream. They'll have that 6 ounces of ice cream, then when their blood sugar drops, I don't want to have a sweet potato. I fit into that. I'm going to increase my macros today. I'm going to increase my carbs. I'll have a little refeed day, a little bit. Have a little more ice cream. That's how it works, and that's why you go backwards. So, as you can see, it's not just a matter of getting your food in, hitting your macros, calories in, calories out. If you're one of these people that are eating the certain foods that you want to keep, so I've heard you guys refer to them as treat meals, yummy things, like some weird fucking terms, and it's just food. Your brain is perceiving that as a treat, and that's why you crave those things. That's why you go on the binge. It's not because necessarily that your body is depleted of everything or anything. It's not because you don't have enough carbs, don't have enough vitamins. It's because your brain wants that treat. Just like a heroin addict, if you take the heroin out of his body, it wants that heroin, and it's going to do anything it can to get that heroin. Now, how do you overcome this? Not easy for most people. Most people don't even know what's going on. So it's something you got to kind of step back from and realize, okay, this is what's happening. Perfect example. I'll use myself as an example. And I didn't even know it was happening. I had to take a step back and look at it. P28 is a bread. It's a high-protein bread. and they have their own spread. And it's made with whey protein, et cetera, et cetera. It's like the hottest thing on the market, and I decided people are asking about it, I'm going to try it. So at the Pittsburgh, when Carrie was competing with Megan and Jenny, I bought a couple loaves of this stuff. I bought the spread, give it a try. Now what I do is every night, I say, okay, let me plug this in at the end of the night, see how it makes me feel, see if I'm bloated in the morning, because it's my last meal of the night, so if I'm not digesting it well, I'll still be bloated in the morning. And I started eating these peanut butter sandwiches at night, one sandwich with the spread. As I started to run out of that bread, I started to freak out. You guys can email Carrie and ask her. I started to freak out because I didn't have any of the bread left. Now, technically, my macros weren't any different. They were exactly the same. Calorically, everything was the same, but I didn't have the bread. So I went to like Whole Foods. I was looking for a Wegmans where they sell it. Anywhere. I could have just ordered it online, but the problem was I wanted it now because I was running out, and I couldn't figure out. And Carrie was like, dude, you're cracking out over bread. So it took me a minute to step back and be like, why do I want this bread so much? It's not even the calories, it's not even the carbs, it's not even anything, because I'm not carb depleted. My brain sensed that peanut butter sandwich as a treat that I was getting at the end of the night. And when I was running out of that treat, my brain freaked out because it wasn't going to get it anymore. Essentially, I had built up in my mind that that was my reward at the end of the day. It's like a dog getting a treat. It's the same thing. I'm susceptible to it. You are, and a lot of other people are. And just because this may happen doesn't mean that you're a loser or you're weak or anything like that. What it means is you have things that are going on in your head that you don't really know about. Chemicals that are going off, hormones that are changing, and you need to control yourself, step back, take a deep breath, and then look deeper into what's going on. Because it's not just about carbs, it's not just about fats, it's not just about proteins like I'm telling you. It is not just about calories in, calories out. There are hormones at play that, you know, even many doctors don't understand nowadays still. BioStrengthTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below in that section. www.biostrengthtraining.com is the blog. And we're out.